They say life changes when the world becomes kinder, when luck finally shows up, when someone opens a door for you. But here's the truth no one likes to say out loud, nothing changes. Until you do, people wait their entire lives for a miracle. You've waited long enough. There comes a point where standing still hurts more than moving forward, where staying the same becomes a prison, where silence feels heavier than the fear of failure. And right now, you're standing on the edge of that moment. You know what I'm talking about, that quiet ache in your chest, the constant thought that you are meant for something more, but something inside keeps chaining you to who you used to be. But listen carefully, the world will not bend for you. It will not adjust. It will not soften. It will crush you until you decide you're done being breakable. Change isn't a whisper. It's a scream from the deepest part of your soul. It's a decision made in darkness, in a room where nobody claps for you, where nobody sees your effort, where nobody understands the fire burning in your chest. You want a different life? Then you must become a different version of yourself, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, because if you don't rise, your life will stay exactly where it is, and you know that truth already. You feel it every time you wake up, every time you look in the mirror, every time you pretend you're fine when you're not. The world doesn't reward comfort. It rewards transformation. Those who break themselves open and rebuild people won't understand your transformation. They'll call you cold, distant, selfish, arrogant, not because you've changed for the worse, but because you've stopped living the life they were comfortable watching you live. The moment you decide to evolve, do you become a threat to their excuses, to their laziness, to their fragile version of who you were? But understand this, you don't have time to carry their fears anymore. You don't have time to shrink so others feel safe. You don't have time to stay the same so the world doesn't get uncomfortable. You didn't come this far to repeat the beginning. You didn't survive everything you went through just to remain the person who almost gave up. Your story is not meant to be small. You were meant to break patterns of doubt, patterns of fear, patterns of pretending you're less than the force you truly are. Every villain arc begins the same way, with someone who was pushed too far, underestimated too long, and finally decided to stop waiting for permission. You are that person now. You've suffered quietly. You've swallowed your anger. You've hidden your potential so nobody gets threatened enough. This is the part where the quiet one becomes unrecognizable, where the weak one becomes unbreakable, where the forgotten one becomes unforgettable. Change requires sacrifice. The old you has to die. The one who hesitates, the one who breaks easily, the one who apologizes for wanting more. Let that version fade, because the moment you shed that old skin, everything begins to shift. Your discipline sharpens. Your purpose returns. Your spirit rises. Your world begins to reshape itself around your new strength. And yes, it will hurt. Transformation always does. You will outgrow people. You will outgrow habits. You will outgrow old dreams. But what you gain in return is power. Not the kind written in books, not the kind handed to you by others, the kind forged alone in the dark. The power of knowing that every change in your life was created by you, because you wanted better, not for applause, not for validation, but because your soul demanded evolution. If you don't change, nothing else will. Your anger won't fade. Your frustration won't ease. Your dreams won't move closer. Your life will stay exactly where your fears left it. But the moment you truly decide that you're done repeating the same days, done living the same pain, done pretending everything is fine, that's when everything begins. When you stop blaming life for being unfair and start shaping your own destiny. When you stop waiting for signs and become the sign. When you stop hoping someone saves you and realize you're the only one who can. This is your turning point. This is your awakening. This is the spark that changes the entire trajectory of your life. So listen, rise with intention, rise with clarity, rise with defiance, rise like the world underestimated the wrong person. Break your patterns, break your limits, break the version of yourself that was built from fear. Rebuild with fire, rebuild with discipline, rebuild with a purpose that is no longer negotiable. Let the world wonder what happened to you. Let them whisper, let them doubt, let them watch. You're not here to convince anyone. You're here to become the version of yourself that your future will thank you for. The world will not change until you do, but once you rise, once you shift, once you transform from the inside out, everything around you will follow. Your opportunities, your mindset, your relationships, your destiny. Everything starts with you, so stand tall, step forward, burn the old script, rewrite your story with your own hands, because if you don't change, nothing else will. And you were never meant to stay the same.